Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is to give you all some tips and tricks on how to write a bagel shop business plan, as well as how to go ahead and construct a basic pro forma profit and loss model that's going to help you all not only quickly show you all what your profits and revenues need to be in order to what your daily sales need to be in order to achieve your net profits, but it also gives you a foundation to expand upon the model that I'm going to briefly touch on in just a couple minutes for your pro forma profit and loss statement for your bagel shop business. All right, so the way that I got this structured is I'm first going to give you all a little bit of information about me, tell you who I am, why I think I'm qualified to dispense information and thoughts and ideas about bagel shop business plans. Then I'm going to give you all some tips and tricks on writing your company information segment of your company, of your business plan, as well as touch on the, like I just said, the financial model that y'all can just construct real quick, give you some thoughts and ideas about your revenues, your costs, and your profits, to give you an idea of what your target number of customers need to be, and some target prices for your products and services. All right, so without further ado, let's zip through this little PowerPoint presentation that I have designed for your listening and viewing pleasure. All right, so first and foremost, a little bit about me. I am a professional writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if y'all want to avoid all the fun and excitement, trials and tribulations of writing your own business plan, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I'd be delighted to do it for you. Also, if you're just about done with your business plan, you've got your financial model almost there, but you need just a little bit more help, I do have some books on Amazon that I've published in relations to business plan writing as well as financial projections. So check me out there. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert for both business and finance. So if y'all have your business plan all wrapped up, but you just need that little bit of help with your financial projections, again, I'm here for you. Give me a call. Let me know. Love to help. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and talk about your bagel store and your company description. So for tip number one, it's focused on the company description section. In this segment, what I like to recommend my clients do is to show a little bit of creativity. When you're doing the bagels, we do want to differentiate a little bit because, we do have some bagel stores out there, and your grocery stores are going to be carrying bagels and well. So we want to put a little bit of creativity into the business plan, especially into the product segment. So, for example, if you're going to describe some of your bagels for an example, make sure to put a little bit of creativity, like blueberry bagels or something like that. Show that, yes, you do have blueberry bagels, but also show that there's a little bit of creativity to it as well. So, when you're doing your product section, make sure to add a little bit of oomph to it in describing your products. Next, make sure to differentiate yourself from the bagel store, the other bagel shops, because you are selling bagels, and there's only so many different ways you can make a bagel, unless you educate the customers as to there is other ways. And that's going to be your niche services, your differentiating factors. Make sure to touch on those. Also, make sure to expand upon some other things that you might be doing that's going to set yourself apart. For example, you might have a delivery service, or you might work with a third party to deliver your bagels for you, or they very well could be baked in shop daily. Whatever the differentiating services are, whatever the niche services are, make sure to describe them in your company description section. It's critical that bagel shops, you differentiate yourself from the competitors in order to stand out. Even in your business plan, you want to be able to do that. Next, what I'll recommend for most of my clients, especially in the bagel shop industry, is to pepper in some industry statistics for the bagel industry. For example, based on my research real quick, the bagel store industry is a $1.6 billion industry with revenues projected to grow at an annual pace of 2.9%. Now, what I would do if I was writing a bagel shop business plan is I would include that information in a couple different sections in the company description section. And when you do that, you're going to, at a minimum, you're usually going to get a couple of benefits. First and foremost, it's going to show that you've done research in the industry. You've done the research. You looked at the annual sales. You look at the, what some of the experts in the industry are projecting. In a broad basis, some industry statistics and some happenings in the industry. When you put statistics in there, it shows that you've done your research. It adds credibility to you as a person, as a business owner. When you add this information in the document, it also adds credibility to the document. If this $1.6 billion in the industry, when you put that in there and you put a citation showing where you got it, it says, yes, this is a fact. It also shows you've done your research for the revenues projected, and yes, this is a fact. When the reader starts seeing this is a fact, and this is a fact, and this is a fact, this is a fact, then what they're going to do as they go through the document, and you're not putting the statistics in there, their mindset is still going to be, this is a fact, this is a fact, this is a fact. It's especially critical when you get to the financial projections section, where you're guessing how many sales you're going to have, how many customers you're going to be servicing. When they're in a mindset of that this document is factual, then you are in a better position for them to buy into your thoughts and ideas about the projections. So it is critical to upfront set credibility for yourself and set credibility for the document. Great way to do that is to include a couple of statistics up front. All right, and the next is going to be the pro forma financial projections. Some business owners, bagel shop business owners, what they like to do is they like to really just go right for the meat and potatoes, and just dive into what they anticipate their monthly sales to be, their monthly costs, and their monthly profits, and just expand upon that into the annual profits and revenues and costs, and then just finish that up with a pro forma balance sheet and break-even analysis. Unfortunately, based on my experience as a finance guy, I'd like to do a little bit of groundwork before I get into my financial model. And what I've done is I've created just a basic financial model that helps clients identify, just a few variables for the revenues, a few variables for their cost, and just with those identification of the variables, it's going to show them what the profits are going to be at the end of the first month, hypothetically. And from this financial model, it can then be expanded upon into the pro forma financial projections, but at least it's a simple model that you can use up front. And this right here is that little model that I'm describing. Now, obviously, this is not a pro forma financial projection model in and of itself, is a little too basic for it, but is an excellent foundation to expand upon to build your own financial model, or to give you some thoughts and ideas what your revenues and costs need to be in order to achieve some of your profits. So the way this model works out is that right here, section 1 is about revenues, section 2 about cost, and section 3 about profits. And so for the way the model works is going to be identify the number of customers that you anticipate working with on a daily basis. For this example, it's going to be 60. Next, come up with an estimated sales price on average of what the customers are going to be dropping when they walk in your door. For this example, it's going to be about $15. The next step is going to be identifying the variable cost. How much is, if somebody buys a bagel and a coffee and a beverage, how much is it going to cost you in order to provide that service and raw materials? So for this example, we're going to say it's going to be about $2.50. The next thing we're going to do is identify how many days a week are we going to be open. So if we're going to be open 11 days a week, if we're going to be open 30 days a month, then let's go ahead and put it right here. So that's going to mean we're going to be open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So for this model, let's go ahead and say it's 30 days. The calculations for this are pretty straightforward. To get your gross profits, we're going to deduct our variable cost of $2.50 from our sales price of $15, gives us a gross profit of $12.50. Next thing what we're going to do is we're going to then multiply our gross profits, $12.50, by the number of customers we're going to be servicing daily, which is 50, gives us a total gross profit for the month of, per day of $625. Finally, we're going to then multiply the $625 by the days of the month, which is going to give us our monthly gross profits of $18,750. And we're going to take that number and we're going to plug it into our monthly profits right here. Next thing we're going to do is identify what are our fixed costs on a monthly basis. Estimate your lease, your labor, your utilities, your marketing, your supplies, accounting, legal, insurance, and miscellaneous. Go ahead and put all the information right here, and then sum it up at the bottom, and then take that sum and put it in again to your monthly profits under the monthly cost section. The last step is going to be deduct your monthly costs from your monthly revenues. In this particular example, it's going to give us a net profit, an estimated net profits of $7,700. Beautiful thing about this is not only it just takes a few minutes to create, but also we can now say that, this $7,000 is just not enough for us to get out of bed in the morning for our bagel shop. We need at least $10,000. So what we can do now is we can start manipulating some of these variables until we identify what we need to do to get our net profits to 10. So let's go ahead and say that we're going to go ahead and change up our number of customers. And so 55 customers, 56 customers, 57 customers, 57. All right, so 57 customers. So if we want to target a net profit on a monthly basis of $10,000, we now know, based on this model, changing just the number of customer service on a daily basis around, we know that we need to hit 57 customers daily at an average sales price of $15 with a variable cost for each customer $2.50. If we do that on a daily basis, we will inevitably get close to our $10,325. So now, instead of worrying about all the things in the restaurant that we need to worry about, and we do, but we can mainly focus now on getting these 57 customers in on a day, per day, and getting our sales price to around, per ticket customer, to around $15. If we focus on that and modify our operations to that, then we know we're going to get close to our net profits, which is which is one of the benefits of a financial model. Also, now that we have identified what our net profits are going to be, we can then take this information, put it into a financial model, and expand upon that to give us our annual profits, our annual revenues, our annual cost, and so on. So it's a great little model, not only for operational purposes, but also for expanding upon for business plan purposes as well. All right. So with that said, in summary, just to provide you all with a real quick summary, when you're writing up your business plan, make sure to follow a proven format. If you go to the SBA website and you download their business plan template, what you're going to find is that template is good for a donut or bagel shop, as well as for a restaurant and a lawn care company and a manufacturer and a car dealership. So it's a real general model. You have to figure out what you need, what you don't need, that is aligned with the bagel shop industry. So it can take you a little bit of time to figure that out. Oftentimes, it's better if you all just go ahead and use a business plan template that's more aligned with your industry. Next, keep the star of the show as the business. Too often, I get business plans, and somebody wants me to edit it. I take a look at it, and it's almost like a biography about the owner. I don't know anything about the business, but by golly, I know everything about the owner. So when you write up your business plan, keep the star of the show as the business. And then finally, contact me if you need a little bit of help with your business plan or your financial projections. Be delighted to assist. If you all would like some more tips and tricks on how to write a bagel shop business plan, zip over to my website at qualitybusinessplan.com/how to write a donut or bagel shop business plan. And also, if y'all do want a business plan template that is customized to the bagel shop industry, check out my website again at qualitybusinessplan.com/bagel shop business plan template. All right, so hopefully this video was helpful. If you like to give me a thumbs up on YouTube, and as always, have a great day. Thank you.